Joining us for the must-read opinion pages, the host and managing editor of TV One's daily morning show, News One Now, Roland Martin. Roland, good to have you on board.
Likewise.
And Joe, I'm going to start with the Wall Street Journal. It's Peggy Noonan is worthy fights worthy, and I wish that she wouldn't hold back so much. I really do. I wish she would let it out a little bit, because I know. I think she's got to just let it go. Here's what she says. Leon Panetta's Worthy Fights, that's his book, pretends to offer answers to a problem of which the book is actually an example. The mindless partisanship that has seized Washington. This memoir is obnoxious and lacks stature. Reading a comparable book, Robert Gates' recent stinging memoir, you could see through the lines of broken heart. In Mr. Panetta's, you see mostly spleen. This book is smugly, grubbily partisan. Here's what is disturbing: to think this is one of Washington's wise men.
Ow.
It is disturbing, Mika, and it's disturbing just like that face you just did, where your lip went to the side, way up. That was disturbing as well. Now, this is, seriously, this is just, it's unbecoming of a supposed, quote, wise man. I can't imagine, I personally cannot imagine me undercutting a commander-in-chief that I worked for as Secretary of Defense with a tell-all book in a time of war. I can't imagine it. It shows a lack of discretion, I think, at least, but unfortunately, more likely, it shows a lack of character. And to do it again, I will say, at perhaps one of the most critical times for our commander-in-chief in our country. I mean, hell, I've been critical of Barack Obama almost nonstop from the beginning of his administration for a lot of different reasons. Because these are such serious times, I have given him the benefit of the doubt as commander-in-chief in this time of crisis. I can't imagine being a Secretary of Defense for the man, leaving and then profiting by writing a tell-all book in these times. I'm Roland Martin. I would guess that, like me, you would think there's a time and place to do this, and perhaps not during your commander-in-chief's presidency, and not in a time of war.
Not only that, not only was he Secretary of Defense, he also was head of the CIA. But let's just be honest, okay? You know, you don't have profiles in courage and individuals of character, not many of them left in this city. You don't have any of the statesmen that you used to have who understood time and place. What you have folks now who they simply want to make a buck, or they simply want to get it in. And Leon Panetta's actions are shameful, they're disgraceful, and they certainly speak to his character. And I think for him to make these rounds, writing this particular book, shows that it's all about him and it's not about the United States of America. And so he has dishonored the troops, dishonored the presidency, and frankly, he has let down Americans.
All right, let's move on to the New York Times, which you don't even have to open.
Well, Miki, I don't mean to interrupt you. Can I go to Al Hunt really quickly?
Yes.
And Al, I'm sure you know Leon, and a lot of people know Leon, and they like Leon. Just tell me, 10, 15, 20 years ago, would let's say William Cohen. I'm sure there are a lot of things that Bill Clinton did that William Cohen didn't agree with. Would he have gone out and written a tell-all book about Bill Clinton before Bill Clinton left office?
He wouldn't have. I've known Leon for 40 years. I have immense respect for him, but this is, I agree with this critique. I had dinner one time about 17 years ago with Daniel Patrick Moynihan, and George Stephanopoulos had just put out his book on the Clinton White House, and Pat Moynihan was in a rage. He's a great believer in history, oral history's book, but not while your president is serving. He said that's a disservice to the president. It inhibits conversations, and it also means that you're less likely to take people in who might do that. And this president, unfortunately, somehow has had it happen to him 3 times, Gates, Panetta, and Clinton. I think all 3 were wrong. I certainly think, though, it raises questions about loyalty to him.
Too, with Paul O'Neill.
Well, and by the way,
it happens a lot.
I mean, it may have happened, Mika. It may have happened, and you know, maybe people say, well, Jewel, everybody's attacking Barack Obama. This speaks to Barack Obama's leadership. No, it speaks to the character of the people that have written these tell-all books about a man who chose them, who they served. And the thing is, what concerns me is presidents in the future are going to be more likely to get bland, milquetoast, homogenized people that they know will be lackeys and do exactly what they want to do.
Right.
Instead of making that bold choice, I always want a Republican to go out and get a Democrat and bring them in, or a Democrat to get a Republican, and get an exciting, energetic exchange of ideas. Because of what Leon Panetta did and what other people are starting to do, that's less likely for this president and for presidents to come.